So some other things to think about when you're bringing this plant into your garden is they really do like heat. They like the intense heat. They like full sun.
A big question that a lot of people ask is a Gazania a perennial or an annual?
Hey everybody, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden. It's Plant Chat Friday and we're going to talk to you about Gazania today.
Yeah, we have a Kiss Gazania to tell you all about, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on every daily video. So this is our Kiss Gazania, and as you can see, it's got this beautiful silverish grayish foliage, and that really caught our attention right away. We put it in a container. We'll talk about companion plants in just a minute. But one thing, a big question that a lot of people ask is a Gazania a perennial or an annual? Technically, the answer is both, because it depends on where you live, as always, right? It depends. As a perennial, Gazania is hardy in zones 8B through 11. We actually fit just the bottom end of that because we are in zone 8B. Otherwise, you need to treat it as an annual, and you can try to overwinter it, but it's probably best to either take cuttings or grab seeds and then replant them next season.
So guys, our Gazania right here is going to get 8 inches to 10 inches tall and wide. So it's got a little bit more growth to go before it actually gets fully mature. It likes full sun. It really likes to be watered infrequently. It thrives in really sandy, rocky soil from where it's native to in the hilly and rocky areas of South Africa. As you can see, it's still in bloom, which is super cool. It was blooming when we got it back at the end of summer, and it's going to continue to bloom up until probably about mid-fall around here. It depends from year to year from those cold temperatures and what's going on each year as they come. But right now, it's still in bloom, and it's great. So you can see that the flowers are actually closed up, and this is a very true characteristic of Gazania, where if it's really cloudy or if it's low light, the flowers actually close up under low light conditions or at night. And so you can see it's low light conditions, so they're closed. But once the light conditions get a little bit higher, they will open up fully. And this is specific to this plant. It's also specific to a couple other plants out there like California poppies, which do the same exact thing. So it's really cool to see that. So some other things to think about when you're bringing this plant into your garden is they really do like heat. They like the intense heat. They like full sun. And once they're established, they really do great under drought conditions, like highly drought conditions. They really like it dry. They don't like wet feet. If they actually get wet roots, and what they call wet feet, they actually will rot. They do not like that. So don't water them a lot and don't have them in non-well draining soil. They need well draining soil and to be dry, but once established. So as you can see, this plant right here, it's actually growing from a crown. And you can see that right inside here. It's got multiple stems coming from a central point down by the soil here. This is called a mounding type of Gazania. There's actually two types. There's the mounding type, and then there's the trailing type. This is a mound, and it's growing out from an actual mound, and it's got a crown. It'll just keep growing that way. This specific plant is actually Gazania rigens. That's the species name. That's the genus and species botanical name. This is the Kiss Gazania. And so this is a beautiful plant. It actually has flower colors ranging from red, orange, yellow, or pink, like Allison likes to say, the warmer tones.
Gazania love to be deadheaded, and the more you deadhead them, the more you'll encourage new blooms. So you're gonna wanna deadhead these frequently.
So some great uses for Gazania are borders, mixed containers like you see here, and in beds just around your garden. You can see here it's in a mixed container of other plants. It's a mixed planting, and this is great because all of these plants like to have well-draining soil, they like to have water, and they can also tolerate a little bit of drought, but Gazania does well under these conditions because it's actually in well-draining potting soil. It's still going to do fine right here because it's not having wet feet. It's in well-draining soil. It's doing fine with all these other plantings. It's not going to get overgrown by these other plants. It's a great spot for it.
The one thing we forgot to mention was companion plants for Gazania, and there are so many different plants. This container, like Sean said, is totally mixed of we've got violas, we have pansies, we have a black-eyed Susan. If you put it straight in the ground, some great companion plants could be cone flowers, maybe yarrow, blanket flowers, some of your typical drought tolerant. And again, they're only drought tolerant once they're established. So they do need some regular water and, like Sean said, well-draining soil. And there are so many other companion plants you can choose. It just depends on what grows in your area and what you prefer and colors and everything.
So if you have any questions about gazanias or any of the companion plants or any of the information we went over today, leave your comments and questions down below. We love hearing from you guys. Give us that thumbs up, let us know we're doing a good job, and subscribe to our channel so you get updates on our latest videos.
And we'll be back tomorrow with another new project, so come on by and see what we're up to.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.